Hey, Steve Stine from guitarzoom here. I am really excited to share with you my Ear Training Made Easy Fundamentals course. In this thing, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to explain it to you how to make your life so much easier when it comes to learning other people's material or even writing your own songs and using those formulas that make songs really popular. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to talk to you a little bit about chordal theory, which is in the course, and basic fundamental ear training, okay? When we look at the guitar, we're always thinking of things like G and C and D and E minor and A minor and, F and all these different things. And of course, we need to know those chords to be able to effectively play guitar. But the truth is, there's a deeper level that's happening that we want to learn how to do, and I'm going to show you how to do this, where you take chords like G and C and D, for instance, which is what we refer to as a 1-4-5 chord progression in the key of G, and I'm going to teach you all about that. But on a deeper level, what I'm going to teach you how to do is to be able to hear the sounds of a 1 chord or a 4 chord or a 5 chord or even the minor, the 6 chord, the minor, E minor in this case. So that way, when you're listening to music, you're not just going to be thinking about a G or a D or an E minor or something. You're going to be able to start listening and hearing actual chord theory in the background. And I show my daughter how to do this all the time. We might be driving in the vehicle, and a song will come on the radio, and I'll go, okay, that's a 1 chord. That's a 5 chord. Okay, now it's going to the 6 chord. You can hear those changes. Music pitches are almost like color, of a color palette, for instance. And so you can train yourself how to actually hear different pitches. Now, there's 2 ways of approaching that. The first way is being able to hear what we refer to as absolute pitch. I used to go to college with a girl that had absolute pitch, and what she could do, you could go to a piano, and you could play a note on the piano. She'd have her, her head turned, and you could play that note, and she'd tell you what it was. Well, most people on the planet don't have perfect pitch. I certainly do not have perfect pitch. I have what we refer to as relative pitch, and what that means is if you play a chord, I can tell you whether or not that chord is major or minor. And when it moves to another chord, I can tell you where it went. If it went from the 1 chord to the 4 chord or the 5 chord to the 3 chord or whatever it is, I can hear those chord changes, and that's what I want to teach you how to do. And this is really, really important to learn how to do. Let me give you an example. When I was younger, I was teaching. I had this awesome guitar student that used to take lessons from me, and he was a huge punk rock fan. So every week he would come in for a lesson, and he would learn these punk tunes. Learn the Ramones and New York Dolls and all kinds of different things. And every week when he would come in, the songs that he was learning were the same style chord progressions, the same theory I'm telling you about from week after week after week. Punk bands don't write songs that sound like Rush, right? They write songs that are in the genre that their music is in. So I would always try and approach him and say, hey, I'm going to teach you how to play this song. But not only do I want to teach you how to play that song, I also want to teach you the theory behind it. That way, when you go home, you don't have to wait for me to teach you how to play this song. You could learn it yourself. You could listen to the song and go, oh, I think it's a 1 to a 5 or a 1 to a 4 or whatever it might be. And so I worked on him, and I taught him how to do that. And it was amazing because all of a sudden you could see that he'd be listening to a song and he'd be able to kind of pick out what it was. So he'd go to a Green Day song or whatever it might be, and he'd start playing it, right? That's what I want to teach you how to do. It's going to save you so much time in the long run because you can anticipate where the chord changes are actually going. And that's the ear training element, is not only are you going to learn the theory behind the chords and the chord progressions, but you're actually going to start developing your ear to be able to anticipate what that next chord change is going to be, okay? So for this video, what I want you to do is I want you to try and focus on getting comfortable with just thinking about some basic 1-4-5 ideas, like playing a G, which is a 1 chord in the key of G, a 4 chord, which is the C chord, and the 5 chord, which is the D chord. And I want you just to start learning how to play those chords and listen to the sounds they create. And then notice how it wants to go back to the 1. So once you start exploring those sounds, think about all the songs that you can hear in your head and how you could start kind of developing those 3 chords that I'm playing right there. You could start sort of playing those. And there's just a million songs involved in there. So what I did there was I went from the 1, which was G, to the 4, which was C, back to the 1, which was G, and then to the 5, which was D. And then resolved it back to the 1. Okay? So now let's take that same idea, and now let's convert that same 1, 4, 1, 5, 1 chord progression to a different key. Let's try the key of A, for instance. Now the 1, 4, 5, which we'll talk about in the course, is A, D, and E. That's your 1, 4, 5 in the key of A. So now I'm going to play A, 4, 1, 5. And the more you don't just play, but you actually listen to the sounds of those. Eventually what happens is you don't think about things in terms of A and D and E or G and C and D. You start thinking about them in terms of the 1, the 4, and the 5, and the sounds that they're actually creating. So when you go to listen to a song, you're going to be able to identify those with your relative pitch. You're going to be able to hear that and go, oh, that's a 1, and it's going to a 4. It's just awesome. Then all I do is once I figure that out in my head, I go to my guitar, figure out which one's my 1, and we're going to talk about that too, how to figure that out. So I figure out where my 1 is. Oh, it's a G. Boom, I'm playing the song. So the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to expand upon this idea of ear training. We're going to get a little bit more elaborate with it. So practice hard. Think about this theory thing a little bit and how important it's going to be and how much it could help you in your future productivity of your guitar playing. And please, 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 please comment below if you want to. You can go to our Facebook community page and you can discuss this and I'll help you along the way. But think about it and start developing this a little bit. Theory does not have to be overly involved and it doesn't have to be complicating and it doesn't have to be scary, and it can be very, very, very useful. Because for me, it's kind of like having the ability of, I'm going to build a house, right? So I think about all the materials I need to be able to build that house. I can't start building the house and then go, boy, I guess I need some nails, right? Theory, chordal theory, basic fundamental theory, gives me the ability to listen to a song that I want to learn how to play, or think about the chord progression that I want in my songwriting, and start kind of mapping out what I want to do. And mapping's the next thing we're going to be talking about. So think about these things, ponder them a little bit, and then let's discuss them, and I'll see you in the next video.